Hello everyone, Ryan here. I recently read The Grownup by Gillian Flynn, and it is a short story. It's not that long, about 62 pages long. One of the reasons I picked it up, other than the fact that it's a quick read, was that I wanted to start familiarizing myself with Gillian Flynn's work. Obviously I know that she wrote Gone Girl, and a couple other stuff. And so yeah, I figured I'd start with this. And I gotta say, I liked it. I liked it more than I expected. I mean, really, I didn't know what to expect at all. But I mean, I like the way it opens. I mean, I was pretty much hooked from the first paragraph. And it's essentially about this young girl who is, I guess you could say, she's she starts off and having of course, a very rough childhood, and then she becomes essentially like a prostitute, performing various sexual acts with strange men in exchange for money and other things, and then eventually, once she becomes a young adult, she finds work at this place, which I guess you could say is like a massage parlor, quote unquote massage parlor, and which of course many of the clients are men. And I won't go into too many details because I'm sure, obviously, if you're used to adult themed material, I mean, just use your imagination, and I guess that's pretty much the kinds of acts that she performed. So then eventually she moves on to reading tarot cards, because this massage parlor also has another front as this place where people come to have their fortunes read, and they do the whole tarot card reading stuff like that. And so then she moves up to reading tarot cards in addition to being a quote-unquote masseuse. And one day a woman comes in and she's feeling really, I guess, uncomfortable because of the fact that her and her husband and her kids, they recently moved into this old house, which turns out to be, pretty old, like was built sometime in the 1800s, and she fears that it might be haunted because her stepson is acting very weird, lashing out, I guess a little more, according to her, a little more than the usual teenage stuff. So then this girl who's reading her cards, telling her fortune, of course she's not a psychic at all, but she decides to play along and convince the woman that she needs her to go to her house in order to cleanse the house and stuff like that. So then she goes, and she quickly finds out that at first she actually starts to believe that the house might really be haunted, but then she quickly finds out that there's a reason for it. There's a reason why her stepson is acting so weird and lashing out at his stepmother. And it does turn out to be a little more than the usual teenage stuff, but I'll leave it at that, because unfortunately if I talked about any more details other than that, it would definitely spoil the majority of the story. But yeah, it's definitely good. I gave it 5 stars on Goodreads. I will say, if you're easily offended by certain adult-themed stuff, you probably won't like this. But other than that, I really enjoyed it. I like the ending too. I wasn't expecting the ending. Because in my head I was thinking, okay, I think I have the ending figured out. I think I have it figured out. And then by the time I read like the last couple of pages, I was surprised. I was like, oh, yeah. That it kind of threw me for a loop. but then afterwards, when I started to think about it a little more, it made sense. So yeah, again, The Grownup by Gillian Flynn, I give it 5 stars, definitely. And that'll do it for this review. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. As always, until next time, keep it real, keep on rocking, and peace.